Hey, everybody. Today I want to talk about something I call content cadence. And this is an important concept because we know that writing content is one of the best ways to attract your target market. But if you're very disorganized or you're not sure what your content plan is, it can really feel like a full-time job. It can get very overwhelming and it can really stress you out. So when we have a plan and a way to create content effectively, efficiently, and in a timely manner consistently, things are going to really ease up for you because you're going to be attracting your target market and you're going to have a plan in place so it will be much more streamlined. And that's what content cadence really is. And that's what I'm going to dive into right now. So stick around. You're listening to Marketing Tips with Meliss podcast.
Welcome to Marketing Tips with Meliss podcast. And now your host, Meliss Jakubovic.
Okay, so when it comes to creating content, we know we need to do it, and we need to do it across several platforms. Now, if you are just starting out or you're a one-woman show, at this point, I want you to be on one platform. I prefer Facebook because there's over 2.8 billion users, and you can definitely find your 4 to 10 clients or whatever you need in 2.8 billion. So if you put all of your focus into one platform, then you can just focus there and get really, really strong and structured and grow a great following. And also one other thing, and I prefer to grow the email list. Growing your email list is really, really important. And the bigger your email list is, the faster your business grows. So if we focus on one social media platform and our email list, we're going to be set. Now, if you've grown beyond a one-woman show, maybe you have a VA, a virtual assistant, or you have a small team supporting you, that's when you can say, I'm ready to branch out a little bit and I want to be on another platform. Now, if you're at that stage of your business, each platform has its own set of rules, its own way to optimize. The algorithm is very different. So you can't just create one piece of content and blast it across all of your social media platforms because you won't be rewarded by the algorithm. And there will be no benefit for your followers to follow you on platform A versus platform B if what you post on both platforms are exactly the same. Now, once you've grown a little further, you can expand to other platforms. So depending on where you are in your business will determine what type of content you need to create and how much of it. But what I want to talk about today is the content cadence that you can break down and therefore make a streamlined process for yourself. And then you can pick and choose, cherry pick what makes sense for the level of business where you are today. So what I'd recommend doing is starting with one long form content piece a week. This is going to make it much easier for you to come up with content ideas. So that's going to be a blog or a podcast or maybe a YouTube video or a Facebook Live, some sort of training that's long form. It's going to take a lot of time. So a video that might be, 15, 30 minutes long, or a podcast episode that might be 10 to 15 minutes long, or maybe you post on your social media and there's lots of different paragraphs and emojis and you're really talking about things in a deep way and breaking things down. Or of course, a blog post, which is a very long piece of content that is going to have an overview, the umbrella idea, then different steps. Then you break it down even smaller. Now you might give some suggestions and examples along the way. So this is what a long form piece of content is. If you start with a long form piece of content and you only have to do one a week, you can use that as the generator for all of your small pieces of content. It's as though that is your motherboard of content for the week, and everything else you create and repurpose can come from this piece of content. It's going to also streamline the way you create content because now you can think in terms of topics or themes that carry you throughout the whole entire week. Hey coaches and healers, it's time to feel supported in your business. Head on over to our free community to get access to my best resources for free. I'm talking marketing tips, business strategy, mindset, support, feedback, and so much more. Join now at spiritualwomenentrepreneurs.com. See you there. So we're going to take that long form piece of content, and you don't need all of these, just one, a blog post, a video, a long form written content on your socials, or a podcast, and you're going to break it down into smaller pieces. What does that mean? Well, if you say something really extraordinary, you can pull that little quote out and you can turn that into an image on Canva. That can be a post, maybe on your business page on Facebook. Or if you give a quick little list of tips and tricks, that could be a reel that you make on Instagram and you post those little tricks and then you write the content piece. Now, you want to keep these smaller pieces of content in the form of content that you need to post on the platform that you're on. So for Facebook, I would say write some long form content, put emojis, make sure you have spaces, add a selfie. For Instagram, if you're going to do a reel, then you need a video with a trending piece of music. Maybe you're pointing to some things that go on the screen, and then you have a whole caption that you write out. And maybe you even give them a call to action to click somewhere to like your link tree or your bio or something like that. If you're on LinkedIn, it means you're going to have a cover photo on an article. You're going to write out all of your content. Again, you can have a call to action there as well. In fact, all of these should have a call to action. If it's going to be a YouTube video, maybe you're creating some content in different scenes in your house or your home office, and you're giving tips and tricks, and maybe you're doing a screen recording. If you're going live, you're going to be engaging with the audience while you're speaking to them, encouraging them to comment below, ask their questions. If you want, you can even call people out who are on the live and have a back and forth conversation. So it really matters which platform you're on to determine which piece of content, but all of these can be pulled out. Then you're going to post several times on social media throughout the week. Again, with this same theme, in the heart of the same topic, because it's coming from that motherboard content, that long form content. Now, when you do this, you need to remember who you're creating content for. It's not for you, it's for them. So you want to word things in a way that call out the people you're speaking to, your target market. You also want to be able to encourage them to take the next steps that they need. So you want to make sure that your content has to do with what problem they have right now in this moment that you can solve. So someone should be able to read one piece of your content and know exactly what you do. So go back through the content that you've posted over the last several weeks and read each one as though it was a standalone content piece where you went to someone's profile and that was the only thing you read. And if in that piece of content you can really determine what you do and who you help, then that is golden. You've done a great job. If it's a piece of content where you're like, I have no idea who this is speaking to, I don't know if it's for me, I'm not sure what this person does, then that is a weaker piece of content. And I would recommend not doing that piece of content again. You don't want to encourage a lot of your followers to follow you and read content that doesn't make any sense because you're going to lose them. You want content that is knocking it every single time. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Oh, that was helpful. Oh, this is insightful. That I'm going to try. You want them to be excited about your content because it offers so much value and it's exactly what they need to hear in the time of where they are on their customer journey. So I want you to be able to commit to a frequency that is reasonable, that is achievable. You have to be able to achieve this frequency. Can you post 2 times every day, 7 days a week? I did that for years. If that's too much, can you post 2 times a day, 5 days a week? Maybe if you're doing reels, can you post 5 reels a week? Okay, if not, maybe 3 reels a week. Can you post 1 blog a week or 2 blogs a week? We drop 2 podcast episodes every single week, and we've been doing that for years and years and years. That's a frequency that I can keep up with. Now, if you're not sure if you can keep up with a frequency, I recommend starting a little bit smaller, and you can always add on, because the most important thing is consistency. So if you're going to say, I'm going to do 1 YouTube video a month, people aren't going to really know who you are. At least you've got a frequency and a consistency there. But let's say you do 3 videos a week. Now you're showing up in people's search bars all the time. Or if you're doing stories on Instagram, are you doing 1 story once in a while? Or are you doing 12 stories every single day? Now your clients or your prospects can count on you. They start building trust with you. They know that you're going to be there and you're never going away. And every time they get on their app, sure enough, they see you. That's the importance of consistency. You stay top of mind. So when you have this content cadence, you can say, all right, this week I'm going to sit down, I'm going to come up with my 4 long form pieces of content for the month. I'm going to drop my blog post on a Monday. I'm going to turn them into reels on Tuesday and Thursday. I'm going to go live about it on a Wednesday. And I'm going to post a quote on my business page on Facebook on a Friday that I pulled from this information. And maybe you even interview someone on a podcast and talk a little bit about the theme on the weekend, something like that. That's your content cadence. It comes from the frequency that you can post. It comes from the consistency that you're going to stay time and time again. You're going to be there so that when your prospects come, they count on you and it builds trust. And you're going to blast yourself everywhere. It's like social syndication. You are everywhere. You're on every radio station. You're everywhere you need to be. Now, like I said at the beginning, you want to be on one platform at first and grow your email list. So this could look like I'm posting these things every day on my page, and maybe I go live on my page and then I write a letter to my email list showing them the live or alerting them that I will be going live tomorrow at 10 a.m. or something like that. So make sure that you're using all of your platforms or your email list to send people back and forth to the other places. So if you're going live on Facebook, use your email list to get people to the live. If you are recording a podcast, ask people to go to your Facebook group and read the content there. Invite people from your LinkedIn to join your Facebook group, listen to your podcast, read your blog. You want them all to connect. So if you're only in one place right now, it should be really easy to come up with your content cadence. And then as you grow, you might need a team that will help you with posting, coming up with ideas, converting the content and repurposing it. But staying consistent is the most important thing so that you stay top of mind. I hope this helps, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to the Marketing Tips with Meliss podcast at www.marketingtipswithmeliss.com.
Oh, wait, before you go, I've got a super special invitation for you, so listen up. Join thousands of spiritual women, entrepreneurs, coaches, healers, and business owners in a cozy community to learn effective and aligned strategies to grow and scale your business through organic marketing and so much more. And for a limited time, when you join my free community, you will also get a free copy of my book, Abundance of Aligned Clients and Consistent Income. Join the Spiritual Women Entrepreneurs community at spiritualwomenentrepreneurs.com to claim all your free gifts. See you on the inside.